This is Luke at BFT Hampton. I'm with Jess and Chris, who are January 2023 challenge winners. Well done. Very well done.
Thank you.
Both had an amazing transformation across the 8 weeks. We're just going to go through a few questions about their journey through the 8-week challenge. So, firstly, just before the 8-week challenge, what was your fitness journey like leading into that 8-week challenge?
So from my end, I was always a little bit more into the weights training, while Jess was big on the cardio. Joining BFT actually allowed us to combine both and come to classes together, which was fantastic. Kind of pre-challenge, we were quite committed already, so we came most of the days to the workouts. However, we still had a few days where we just didn't come or weren't structured or committed to it, without feeling necessarily bad about it. And having the challenge kind of changed that, so we really tried to come 5 to 6 times a week, where at a point you kind of transformed it in a way that you actually feel bad if you miss a session, for example.
Yeah.
I think that's where we had kind of pre-challenge.
Perfect. Great. And what specifically motivated you to participate in the challenge in the first place?
Yeah, so I think for me, I've always been someone who went running and then felt like I can run and then I can eat whatever I want and I'm not going to put on weight. But I think after having my second child and COVID and working from home, that just wasn't working anymore. And I was sort of putting on weight and I couldn't find a way to kind of get rid of it. So I thought, I've never done an 8-week challenge. So that's something I wanted to do to see changes in my body.
Awesome.
Just to kind of get me back to where I wanted to go. Yeah.
How did you?
Sorry.
Yeah,
maybe
go for it.
on my side, I have to be quite transparent. I had zero intentions joining the challenge in the start. I'm very honest
Good.
here, because I thought it would focus more on the workout kind of side, and I thought I already did a lot of workouts.
Yeah.
And Jess and I, we always talked about, we should incorporate like a healthy diet or something like that, but we just never got around doing it. And actually Jess came home one day and said, I signed up for the challenge, and I was, well, if you sign up, I have to sign up too, just to beat you. So
to beat you, not for solidarity, for
exactly
competition.
So that's why I signed up for the challenge at the end of the day. And then, given that I haven't done a nutrition plan prior to the challenge, I thought, okay, like I try to be as strict as possible for 8 weeks. It's not, it's for a period of time, not the end of the world. And just try to stick to it as closely as possible and see what the results are coming in. My aim was to lose, a few kilos, but I would have never thought I'm losing 11.5 kilos at the end of the day. So I was positively surprised. Yeah.
Great. You touched on the nutrition plan there. So, how did you approach the nutrition during the challenge, and was it easy to follow the meal plan that was given to you?
Yeah, I think we went into it with the kind of mindset that we want to follow it completely. We've never done this, so we followed it, exactly. We went shopping every Sunday. He had his list, I had my list. We just checked to make sure they were the same things. And then we followed it to the T, prepared everything. So on Mondays, prepared the lunches, cooked the dinners. When we were cooking dinners for our kids, we used the same ingredients and just made similar things.
Yeah.
It's really easy to follow, and I think it being there made our challenge more successful.
Yeah.
I think if we kind of thought we'll eat some of the dishes on the challenge and then we'll make up our own, it probably wouldn't have had the same result. It would have been a lot more inconvenient because we would have had to kind of purchase more things. We probably would have eaten a lot more of the macros than we needed to. So I think, following the challenge is probably what made it a really successful journey for us. And we had this really disciplined mindset to follow it completely.
Yeah.
And that's probably why we got where we were.
Great answer. I'm talking about macros as well. Well done. How did you stay committed and motivated during the 8 weeks? And was there any kind of particular strategies or techniques that helped you stay motivated?
Yeah. I think the biggest motivation is that we had each other.
Yeah.
So, it took a lot of discipline. Like, I have discipline. So that was kind of easy from my perspective, but having each other really motivated each other. Like there were some nights where Chris is like, so some nights you'd be like, I just need a bag of crisps, and I was there to be like, no, like here, take one of the protein bars, or you need to follow the snacks on the meal plan. So yeah, I think having each other probably was the biggest motivation, for me anyway.
Yeah, for me it was also kind of just regularly checking in on the progress. So I'm kind of a numbers person, so I literally stepped on the scales every morning to kind of check where I'm at. Obviously there were better days and worse days, but as long as your average kind of lose during the week, that kind of kept me going. So I really enjoyed that side of things, that you could see the progress, and also the kind of midway evolved scan, just to kind of track all the other factors that you can't see on the scales. Kind of is something that I really enjoyed doing.
Yeah, you came home like really motivated after. He came home really motivated after his mid challenge scan, and kind of I could see he was like fully on board to keep going.
Yeah, great. So tracking progress, also having each other, like it's great that you guys both did it together. But even when you're not doing a challenge with someone, so say one of you hadn't done it, such an important thing to achieving goals, especially in fitness and nutrition, is to have everyone in your family on board, or even a friend to do it as well.
And it was just break
awesome.
the goals down at the end of the day, right? So you know, yes, it's 8 weeks, so yes, it's not forever, but it's a long period. However, if you have a big goal that you want to achieve over the 8 weeks period, just break it down into kind of weekly achievements or something like that. That usually helps. I mean, it's nothing new. I think in all situations of life, you want to break down your goals in order to achieve them in small steps.
And it's so important to achieving them. And like we tried to do that at the start of the challenge, and generally speaking, the people that do that and do the goal setting tasks and do write down the goals makes it much easier to stick to when you see it every morning, or when you've actually, verbalized it or written it down. That's really important. So what were your 8-week challenge goals? Start of week 1. Do you remember exactly what they were or what you wrote down?
Yeah, so I think I put down that I would like to lose around 5 kilos in total, which we equated, I don't know, it was like 6% of starting weight or something like 7% of starting weight or something like that. And I would have been very happy if I achieved that over the 8-week period, because again, I'd never been on a nutrition plan before, so I didn't know what was possible if you actually stuck to it.
Yeah. And what did you end up losing?
11.5 kilos.
Well done.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I put 3 kilos only because I just have struggled to lose weight since, having my second child and trying different kind of ways to lose weight. So as I hit that 3 kilo mark, which is sort of just after halfway, I was like, oh wow, I've already achieved my targets, and that kind of motivated me to keep going, because I think subconsciously I wanted to lose a little bit more, but I didn't want to set this really high target and be really disappointed. But yeah, I guess I put that back onto the meal plan, and also coming in every single day and just having that mindset that if I don't give it 100%, then I'm never going to know what I can achieve.
Yeah, perfect. Aside from the actual weight loss and the body fat percentage loss that you both got, have you noticed any other kind of fitness, mindset, mental health differences in the challenge as well? So sort of stepping away from the weight loss side of things, is there any other differences that you've noticed in the 8 weeks?
I had basically 3 occasions throughout the challenge. One was in the studio here. I think it was one of the upper body strength classes when we did chin-ups, and I suddenly realized, oh wow, I can do more than 2 chin-ups unassisted, which I could never done before that. But suddenly you are 5-6 kilos lighter halfway through, which was fantastic. And the other 2 occasions were just a run on the beach where I do like a 4K run. I know my average number there, and suddenly I was a few minutes faster, and it completely shocked me, because I didn't even try to be faster. Or some feedback from friends where we were on the tennis court, and they were really surprised by the speed of movement. Like I suddenly was able to get balls that I could never catch before that. So it was quite positively in other areas of exercise as well.
And that's why we do it, right? So that these changes, maybe it's weight loss, maybe it's strength, transfer into your real life and the things that you're really passionate about. So That's really nice to hear.
And I think also generally just because you cut out a lot of the alcohol and sugar,
Salt as well.
salt.
Yeah.
I woke up and I felt better most of the days, because sometimes when you have heavy food or oily stuff or alcohol, you feel quite bad or bloated the next day, and that was completely eradicated throughout the whole day.
I actually remember you saying when you'd have your pizza to celebrate the end of
Oh.
the challenge how awful you felt.
It was terrible the next day.
Yeah, what about yourself, Jen?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I just felt stronger coming to BFT. So I was trying to lift more, I was trying to move faster, and I could see the progress, but also the food. Like, we cut out, the meal plan doesn't really have added salt.
Yeah.
So we just felt better waking up in the morning, or even, I think the biggest kind of thing for me was seeing the actual carbs that I'm supposed to eat and
Yeah.
not eat. So just reducing that carb intake just gave me a lot more energy. I didn't feel as bloated the next morning. I just felt like a normal, I could wake up and see kind of changes, like
Yeah.
not feel miserable in the morning after a big meal
Yeah.
in the evening.
Good, great. Last one, I guess. What advice would you give to someone who is just starting their fitness journey and looking to make a similar transformation to yours?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is find someone, it's your support network. If you can find someone who you can do it with, whether it's a partner that lives with you or a friend, I'm always telling friends, like, I'll do it with you. Like, we can
Yeah.
support each other.